boys and girls. So we're back to our reading lesson for today. We've been working on the author's message this week, so you should have been thinking about what the author wants you to learn in the books that you've been reading. So today I'm going to read you Eric the Earthworm, and then your job at the end of our read aloud today is to be thinking about what Eric learned and what that message is from the author, and even how you can maybe apply it and how you can use it in your own life. All right, so here we go. Eric the Earthworm. Can you see him? He's right there. Sometimes he likes to hide. He's pretty good at it too. Look, he's right under that tree. Can you see his head? There he is. That's Eric. He's an earthworm. He inches around to go one way or another. You see, when Eric walks, he doesn't just use feet like us. Eric uses his whole body. How, you ask? He stretches himself across the ground almost like a rubber band. And he moves along about an inch at a time. Eric is a pretty happy earthworm too. He likes to play in the grass and he loves dirt. He also loves to look around at the sights and sounds in the park where he lives. Wow, that's a really big horse. What a long fluffy tail he has. Oh wow, look at those birds and how high they can fly. I wonder what that feels like. Oh, and balloons. I love balloons. Balloons come in so many different colors and they can fly even higher than the birds. I wish I could do that, said Eric. There goes a caterpillar with all those legs. He can really move fast. I wish I had legs like him. Oh, and watch the green worm. Look how well he can hide in that tree. We can hardly tell the difference between him and the leaves. Oh boy, look at the ant flexing his muscles. He's so strong. He can carry things twice his size with no problem at all. Wow, I wish I could do the things they can do, said Eric. Eric was so busy wishing he were different that he almost forgot he was going to be late for dinner. Eric moved quickly as he inched and got home just in time to hear his mother say, Eric, I was getting worried about you. I'm so glad you're home. Where have you been? Sorry, Mom. I was just looking around on the surface, he said. Eric was always so happy, but this time his mother could tell or sense a difference in the tone of his voice. She took one look at him and said, Eric, what's wrong? You look a little sad. I'm not trying to be sad, Mom. I was just wishing I could do some of the things the caterpillar could do with all of his legs, and the green worm can do with his color, and the ant can do with his strength. I guess I was wishing I could do things they can do so much that I started to feel a little sad. When Eric's mom heard that, she knew it was time to have a big talk with her little boy. Follow me, she said. Huh? Asked Eric. He didn't understand what his mother was doing, but he followed her as they inched and inched to the surface. Now, Eric, do you realize what we just did? What? Asked Eric. We inched to the surface from underground. So what? Replied Eric. Well, did you know that the caterpillar can't do that? He lives on the surface and can't go underground. Really? Eric inquired. And did you notice how much dirt we moved to get here? Yeah, but why? Asked Eric. It takes an awful lot of strength to move that much dirt all at once. When the ant moves anything, he has to do it one piece at a time. I guess I'm strong too, huh, Mom? Yes, Eric, you are. Now come with me, his mother said. Over to the tree. Notice anything, Eric? Notice what? Asked Eric. You blend in with the color of the tree trunk. Wow, I do. You can hardly tell the difference between me and the tree, just like the green worm does with the leaves. That's right, said Eric's mother. Eric, what I'm trying to tell you is that you should never feel bad about what someone else can do. Instead, feel good about what you can do and what you can accomplish. We are all special in our own way. We are all special in our own way, Eric. Always remember that. Thanks, Mom. I feel so much better now. I can do lots of things. I really like inching around and being able to go underground. Oh, and look what else I can do, Mom. I can curl up into a circle. Pretty cool, huh? Yes, Eric, you're pretty cool, said Eric's mother. Now let's go finish eating dinner. I'm right behind you, Mom, said Eric. Eric is back to being his happy self again. He now knows that he should never make himself feel bad because he likes what someone else can do. We all have something unique and wonderful to share with the world. Just imagine how boring it would be if we were all the same. Always remember what Eric's mother told him. We are all special in our own way. Okay, so that's the end of the story. So your job, and that sounds very similar to the story we read on Monday, Frenzy's Light. So your job today, you'll be looking at one of these, and I want you to tell me what the lesson of the story is. So the lesson of the so you're going to say the lesson of the story is, and then you're going to tell me, so this is what the author wants you to know, to learn. And then down here, I know this because, so maybe tell me down here, well, what did Eric learn? How do you know that that's the message? Because maybe something happened with Eric. And then the last down here, I can use this in my life by, how would you think and how would that connect to your life? Do you have a connection you can make to that? Okay, so that's what this is our reading today for my friends. If you can't print this page, that's okay. You could just write it on any kind of paper, but always we're going to start our sentences just the way they start up here. So if you're using a separate sheet of paper, make sure you rewrite these kind of sentence stems on your paper, and then you can take a picture and upload it in Google Classroom. All right, everybody, great job today.